The problem of private censorship, sometimes with the thumb of the government, sometimes without the thumb of the government, has become very serious. It obviously infects academia, where professors and students are often chosen, and which means others are excluded based on their views. This is private universities, public universities. Berkeley, the University of California at Berkeley, a public university, 14 clubs at the law school have said that if you're a Zionist, which means if you believe in Israel's right to exist, period, doesn't mean you agree with Netanyahu or anything. If you're a Zionist, you cannot speak at our clubs, publicly funded clubs, at our clubs on any subject. So I can't speak on abortion. I can't speak on affirmative action. I forget about Israel. I can't speak on any subject because I'm a proud supporter of the right of the Jewish people to have a state of their own. And that's a public university. We see it happening in private universities, much harder to get to. But Stanford, private university. And so you put your finger right on it. Censorship is a problem. It's a greater problem when the government does it. And it's less of a problem when it's purely private, but it becomes a very serious problem when, without accountability, government agents influence what private internet companies actually do. And there's now a Supreme Court case that's going up about exemptions of companies. And Elon Musk is playing a very important role in this debate. He's provocative and he's not always right, but he's an important person. And I'm really glad that he ended up owning Twitter.
Me too. Were you surprised to find out the information from the Twitter files? You know, what
Yes.
we saw, I mean, the FBI and what looked like the CIA and Senate subcommittees and senators all trying to censor, pushing the Russian, case when Twitter was coming back saying there's no evidence of this Russian influence. Yeah, were you surprised to the extent of it all?
I was very surprised. And I was surprised with how open they were about it. They tried to hide it, but it became quite obvious fairly soon. But it's one of the hardest questions legally of the 21st century because, Twitter is a private company. It has the right under the First Amendment to decide not to have you and me on it, as long as they do it on the basis of legitimate considerations. And so it's so hard because they're claiming a First Amendment answer. Obviously, Madison would be turning over in his grave if he heard private companies claiming their right to censor under the First Amendment. It's not what the First Amendment was intended to protect, but it does. And so it's a very difficult case, but you should keep challenging it.
Will we see any prosecutions happening on the back of it, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think this is a case which will probably result in both legislative and judicial resolution, but I don't see prosecutions coming out of it.
Do you think we'll ever see the YouTube files, the Facebook files, or anything like that?
Yes, I don't think in America or in Great Britain, secrets are kept for long. And, we have the WikiLeaks case coming up now. I was one of Julian Assange's lawyers. I met with him in London with his legal team before he was carted off to prison. And his case will establish a major precedence. I hope there's no case. I hope they drop the case. And I hope they allow him to go free. He's been a real hero of freedom of speech.
Will that case be tried in Supreme Court?
No, just a district court, probably in Virginia. It'll get all the way up to the Supreme Court at some point, but there's still a long way to go before Assange is brought before a court of justice. In the meantime, his health is deteriorating and his voice has been silenced, and yet he's presumed innocent.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.